Yo, what's going on, guys? Alex here, your coach of the Wisconsin Whimsicotts, and today I'm bringing you guys my Week 2 match in the APA Academy Season 2. We're playing against Silver and his Galactic Garchomps. Now, if you don't know who Silver is, be sure to go check out his channel. His channel, along with all the other coaches this season, are again in the description below. Now, this week we have a pretty scary matchup here. So I guess I'll just hop right into it. His team is Mega Blaziken, Gyarados Origin, Aerothorn, Primarina, Reuniclus, Donphan, Jolteon, Swellow, Kangaskhan, Azumarill, Spiritomb, and Alakazam. Now, this is the second time in the past 2 or 3 weeks where I've had to prep for a Mega Blaziken, and this thing is still as scary as ever. Honestly, it can just 2-hit KO anything. With a little bit of chip from Hazards Up and everything. And Gyarados Origin is a pretty thick mod too at times, and it is a very good defogger. That and the rest of the team is also just kind of very solid all around. Jolteon was giving me a little bit of problems. Reuniclus especially was also giving me a little bit of problems in prep, but I felt I came up with good ways to counter it. At least Calm Mind / Magikarp Trick Room is what I thought that he was going to run against me. His other removal is Donphan, which is also a pretty good removal, but I expected Gyarados Origin, to be honest, just because of how good it is at doing its job. So yeah, again, we've had to prep for Mega Blaziken twice now in the past 3 weeks. So let's just hop right into it. So first of all, we have Goku, again, the Mega Lucario. I see this thing coming basically every week. There's no reason for me not to bring it. So I expect to see this thing a lot through the rest of the season. But this time, instead of physical Mega Lucario, I have special Mega Lucario and Nasspot, Flash Cannon, Vacuum Wave, and Aura Sphere. We didn't feel that Dark Pulse was too necessary for Flash Cannon at +2 is still doing more than Dark Pulse and even Dragon Pulse to Gyarados Origin, so didn't feel it was too necessary. So we just went with Vacuum Wave and Aura Sphere, and then Flash Cannon. And now the reasoning behind special Mega Lucario here this week instead of physical is that we kind of figured that he was probably going to run Fizz Death Reuniclus against Mega Lucario for it, so we figured why not make it special to try and predict that. And so yeah, that's the reason behind that. Flash Cannon was outgoing Reuniclus, I'm pretty sure, if he was uninvested in Spadef, or at least getting really close to, and then enough speed to outspeed neutral Mega Blaziken. Not really too needed, but I didn't really need the speed for anything else. So if I'm in the situation where Mega Blaziken comes in and he's doesn't have +1 off from speed boost, he's not running Protect for some reason, that could come in handy. But yeah, otherwise the speed wasn't really needed for anything else. Then we have Historia the Cresselia with Rocky Helmet, Psyshock, Psych Up, Moonlight, and Shadow Ball, and we're running Fizz Def this week, obviously for the Mega Blaziken. This thing can take a lot, or can take at least 3 hits from a Mega Blaziken if it needed to, and then we're running Rocky Helmet just so that we can get a little bit more chip on the Mega Blaziken. We'll get a lot of chip off if he clicks Flare Blitz, and I switch this thing in to a Flare Blitz. He'll be taking a lot of recoil, and then a lot of Rocky Helmet chip. Toxapex is also a pretty okay switch into Mega Blaziken, but he could also be running Earthquake, which I kind of predicted he would. But we're bringing Toxapex 2 this week, as you can see, just as backup, just in case Crest goes down. Yeah, nothing really too special here. We are running Psych Up for the Reuniclus, just in case. Like I said, we're expecting him to run a Calm Mind Magikarp type set against my team, so we're going to be running Psych Up with Shadow Ball so we can counter that in some way. And then next up we have Noodles, the Deoxys Speed, sorry, I forgot what I was about to say there, with Focus Sash, obviously, and then Stealth Rock, Psycho Boost, Knockoff, Taunt. This thing was, you can either run this thing as a suicide lead, or just a standard lead in general. You don't necessarily need to sack this thing off, but my game plan here was to actually run this as more of a quote-unquote suicide lead, just get my rocks up, and basically nuke something with Psycho Boost. I could have ran Dark Pulse, but I felt that Knockoff was a bit better just in case. That also I could scout the, he is Z Reuniclus, so I could scout to also see what his item is on the Reuniclus, and same thing with the Giratina in case he comes in with that to try and defog. I could scout the item, or I can taunt on the Giratina in case he's also running Sub as well. So yeah, and then enough speed to outspeed a +1 max speed Mega Blaziken. This thing is very fast, as you can tell, if it can outspeed that. And then next, we have Thunderous. I kind of forgot what this thing is here for. It's basically just here as another, like, special attacker in case Thunderous goes down. At first, I had Grass Knot on for the Donphan, but since, like, D-Pulse was 2-hit KOing Donphan anyways, I figured it wasn't, like, too big of a deal. At +2 obviously would be 2-hit KOing. And then Focus Blast allows me, or Z Focus Blast at least allows me to not get hard-walled by the Ferrothorn, which is super important, because otherwise my set with the Grass Knot Thunderbolt Dark Pulse would have been hard-walled by the Ferrothorn. So definitely don't want that to happen. And then just enough speed to outspeed Mega Blaziken at neutral max speed. Jolly. And then yeah, so then next up we have Toxapex. Like I mentioned earlier, he sort of just here as backup or Cress in a way. Didn't like really think like I ran Shuka. I wouldn't be keeping this thing in too much onto the Mega Blaziken just because obviously it could potentially run Earthquake, which I definitely see him running this week because of the Toxapex. And then just Scald, recover Toxic Haze. Yeah, nothing really too crazy about the Toxapex set here. It's pretty standard, just max Fizz Def. And then next we have finally we have Mr. Krabs brought on, which actually kind of did work here to be honest. His Ground switches weren't too good with Superpower, Aqua Jet, Knockoff, and Swords Dance. And then the spread on here I believe is enough to, let me see. I'm trying to remember what I did here. Oh yeah, so the Chople Berry with the defense and HP investment is enough to make it so that a low kick from Mega Blaze would only be doing under 50%, which would allow me to get a Swords Dance off and then Aqua Jet him so I can OHKO him in case I wanted to plan on setting up on the Mega Blaziken. I could have ran it in like speed or something maybe, but I didn't find it too necessary. This is just more of like a safety net here. In case I am in the situation where I have a Crawdon up on a Mega Blaziken. But yeah, other than that, his switch into this thing aren't too great. Knockoff is also very free here against this team. And then Superpower for the Ferrothorn, so I'm not getting horrible by that. So, that's the team for this week. I kind of built this team a little bit late. I was like out of service. So we went up north to our cabin. We have a cabin up north. Again, if you didn't watch the last video, you know I live in Wisconsin, or if you couldn't tell by my team name, we went up north to our cabin in, like, basically cabin up north on a lake, and, like, last second, and there's, like, no good service up there, so I kind of had to build this team not really last minute, but, like, the day of the battle, which wasn't the best thing, but I felt I built this pretty well, all in all things being said. So, yeah, hopefully we can pick up a win here this week. We did lose last week to Jacob. Hopefully we can get a week 2 win here, and yeah, I'll bring you guys the battle in a second. Alright, so here we are at the battle, and as you can see, he did not bring Mega Blaziken at all. So this is the second time where I have prepped for a Mega Blaziken to be specific, like hard, and then the opponent didn't bring him. So, not complaining at all, obviously, because no Mega Blaziken is super nice, but his team is still very scary. Obviously, Reuniclus is a big problem for my team. Jolteon is sort of too. And it looks like he could potentially have Rapid Spin on Donphan as well, but I was guessing that he is going to be defog and guaranteed. So, yeah, let's just hop right into it. See, it's not a very long battle. Again, shoutouts to my good friend Khan for recording this for me. He's been doing it for a lot of people in the leagues recently, so just shoutouts to him. So, he is going to lead Jolteon here, which is not a lead I was expecting at all, really, as I'm going to just standardly lead Deoxys Speed, as I mentioned before. Not sure why the frames are dropping so much on the end of the... Okay, there we go. They seem to have fixed themselves a little bit at least. So, I go ahead and I just set up my my rocks right away, as he is going to be carrying the Shadow Ball. Which is to be expected, to be honest. Actually doesn't bring me down to 1 HP, surprisingly. but it does bring me down to 35 health, and I do get the Spadef drop. My plan was to just suicide lead this thing anyway, so I just assume, okay, you know what, I can just get a free knockoff here. As we do knock off the berry for the Don fan, which could come become useful later on. As okay, so as I was trying to figure out what I was trying to say over there, you notice I clicked Stealth Rocks again. Not sure why I did that. My plan was like, oh, he's gonna click Rapid Spin, so I'm gonna click Rocks again, but I'm like, I'm stupid, I'm faster than him, so he's just gonna Rapid Spin. I could have gotten a Psycho Boost off on him for free. So I don't know why I was clicking there. I was really nervous for this battle. I didn't like my matchup, and I had like just gotten home, like in a way. As he is just gonna click his own Stealth Rocks there to set mine up again. So I didn't win this exchange like at all. Like my rocks go down, I'm pretty sure here, as he's just gonna click Rapid Spin again. I think the Psycho Boost doesn't even take him out, but it does do a decent amount. Yeah, he's just gonna Rapid Spin again, and it is gonna bring me down again, as I am just gonna click my rocks one more time, as I think he is just gonna Rapid Spin here again, which the Rapid Spin should take me out, pretty sure. So not the greatest start to the battle, because now I am down my only rock setter, and my rocks are gone. So yeah, not really good plays on my part here. Kind of choking a little bit already, as I do go out into Crawdaunt, as I do want to force this thing out at least, and just get like maybe a knockoff going here as he goes into Ferrothorn. I do click Aqua Jet actually here, which does nothing to the Ferrothorn, and I do take Chip from Iron Barb, so that's not all that great. I don't think Superpower O-Code at neutral, so I did have to go for the Swords Dance there if I wanted to 1v1 this thing, as he is just going to set up more hazards on me, Spike, so not looking too good here. Thankfully, Mega Lucario doesn't take too much damage from the rocks, but it is going to make it a bit harder to leave it in there. As he does switch out and just sack off his Don fan, as he does predict me to go for the Superpower here. So that was a good play on his part. It's 5-5 now, but I'm back down to only +1, and he now knows that I do indeed have the Superpower. So he does now just send out Garantina here. I don't know, at this point, I don't think he has no reason to click Defog ever here, as he's just going to click Depulse, so I don't really know if this was his removal as well for this week. It could very much have been. Maybe I could have brought some other hazards in with like Shuckle instead of like, you know, or I could have like tried to keep up my rocks a bit more just to see like what his set was, but we do know that he does have Dragon Pulse here. I'm going to take a good amount of chip from the rocks here, as I do threaten this thing out with Thundurus. And he does go into Jolteon. I just clicked Dark Pulse here, as it does do a decent amount to the Jolteon, a bit less than I was expecting. I think. I don't remember the exact calc. Obviously, I don't want to stay in here because it is faster than me, and he is going to kill me with whatever he clicks, really. As he does go, yeah, for the Hidden Power Ice, I'm pretty sure. Which doesn't do, like, anything to me, as with my Cresselia. As he is going to go for the Shadow Ball, and I know that I win the 1v1 here. But you know, it doesn't matter because he crits me, and I'm really upset about it. And the Shadow Ball would have only been doing like 25-30% here. But now he told me after the battle that he was just planning on stacking off Jolteon here and getting a little bit more chip on Cress. My thought process was that I was going to win the 1v1 in the end because I had Moonlight, and I would have just won it anyways. But he was trying to sack this thing off, so he just got a free kill and he wasn't even planning on it. On my Crest, no doubt, which doesn't... it's not good for me. Any Mon going down, really, is not good for me. Especially my Crest, which is like my main wall here for this week. As he's just going to go for the Thunderbolt, which doesn't quite take me out, but it does get me pretty weak. But good thing to note is that Jolteon is now dead, and which is nice because that is the fastest thing on the field and would have been able to take me out if I didn't kill it there. So I just went straight for the Auras here. Now he is going to go into Reuniclus, and this is where things start to go south, as I do just click Flash Cannon here, which isn't going to OHKO him because I'm not at +2, but I didn't want him clicking an attack move, as he does go for the Trick Room here, so it wouldn't have mattered even if I was at +2, because now he has Trick Room up, and he is basically going to like sweep me. I was not expecting Trick Room Reuniclus, to be honest, like at all. didn't really prep for it at all, but it was a good bring on his part, because now he's just really able to sweep here with Reuniclus, basically. So, yeah, you can kind of see how the rest of this battle is going to go. Reuniclus just picks up the rest of the kills with spikes and stealth rocks up. So, great prep on his part, and good battle to him. I do live on 2 HP, and I do get the Scald off, but it shouldn't matter at all, because it doesn't even kill him. So, yeah, great battle to Silver. He just straight up outplayed me here. Like, I can't even deny that. I probably should have prepped for Tricker and Reuniclus a bit more, because now, obviously, as you can see, everything is in 2-hit KO range from Reuniclus with Psyshock. I'm pretty sure he had to have been max special attack. Well, so yeah, we do lose 4-0 in week 2. Very quick battle this week. I didn't feel too confident going into this at all, really. My team wasn't like I didn't prep as much as I wanted to for this week, but nonetheless, we are going to be able to have plenty of opportunities to bounce back with the rest of the season. So we are 0-2. However, we do have plenty of time. This is a 12-week season here, so we do have plenty of time to bounce back and get some wins under our belt for our team. And hopefully we can make it to playoffs this season. A little bit of a rough start, but hopefully next week we'll start to pick up some wins here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.